Okay, YouTubers, I got a great big log here. Neighbor across the street cut down a big elm, but it's that big around. I want it for my anvil, and I thought I'd show you how I split it down to a more reasonable size. But I've got here 3 of my sledgehammers. This one here's a 8-pounder. Those both might be 8-pound. And I got a 12-pounder. And I started my wedges in here to split it off, and I thought I'd show you how I do it. I think I'm going to set this 12-pounder off to the side. I'm not man enough to swing that one anymore. And let's just take the 8-pounder. About wore me out doing this. So, I got all my wedges started. I don't know if I believe in reincarnation or not, but if it's the case, I must have worked in a forge some anvils together, because I've always had the knack of being able to swing a sledgehammer. I'm not in shape to do it anymore, but seems like a lot of people have trouble doing that. Let's get this big one, see if we can get some work done. Unfortunately, I don't know if you can see it, that handle's bent. It kind of comes off like that. Hope it doesn't mess up my swing. I got that pine tar finish on this one, so it's not going to slip out of my hands. Oh. Well, I don't know, I got the job done a little quicker, didn't it? Hopefully I can split this thing up to reasonably square and put my anvil on it. Now I have to cut it off a little bit. From what I hear, you want the anvil, the top of the anvil, where your fist would be when your hand's just hanging down. So my anvil's going to be up here. After I get it down to where I want it in size, I'll have to flatten it off and shorten it up a little bit. So let me get after it and see what I can come up with. Okay, here's my iron bar. My mother's father, my grandpa, I didn't get much of his stuff when he passed away, but this is one thing I got from his estate, was this iron bar. And I really treasure it because it is one heck of a nice bar. I can remember one time my grandma telling me that he went somewhere to a blacksmith shop and had it made because he was tearing something apart and he needed a big bar. And it is the best bar I've got for doing work. And it's a nice bar, and I have loaned it out one time, and I was worried to death the whole time until I got it back. So I don't loan this out anymore. In an attempt to keep this thing reasonably square, I put a square along this side that I just split off and marked it across there. Now I'll try to get these started pretty close to Need to turn the log so I got room to swing here. We used 8-pounder to get them set in real good. Now we're going to see who's going to win. The log or me with this big sledgehammer. The log might win because the sledgehammer is going to wear me out. That one's bending over. Whew. Try to straighten that one up. If you noticed, I hit this in a couple times and this in a couple times, so it loosened this one up a little bit so I can move it. It's got a pretty good crack going down through it. I'll have to cut that off. Let's let it crack and pop a while. All that stress pops it open. I need to take a break. One other thing I thought I'd mention. A log splits easier from the bottom of the tree up. So when you split firewood, make sure you put the log down that you're going to split, so that the part that was lower to the ground is on top, and it just seems to follow the grain better. So this was actually towards the trunk of the tree, and what's on the floor down there was towards the sky. So hopefully it won't be too much more to split. Okay, I got you off your perch so you can see what I'm up against. You see this straight line here? That looks like there might have been a limb coming off there, and you can see another line right over here where someone had cut it off and then it's grown over it. Well, I beat the crap out of those things and I can't get them to go in or split anymore, and you can see how it's all cockeyed. And so I think tomorrow I'm going to get my chainsaw out and cut it off there and then cut it off across here. And I don't know. I fought the log and the log won. There's a song that goes something like that, isn't there? But I'm going to win in the end. I'll show you the finished product. Take care. Thanks for watching.